This is Android 17 running on my Nothing Phone 3a. In this video, I will show you how to install Android 17 on almost any device using the brand new DSU method. I recommend trying this on a spare device. We will be using the DSU site loader to run the Android 17 GSI as a guest OS alongside your current Android system. Thanks to Google's DSU feature, you can install and run Android 17 on almost any smartphone that supports DSU. So what exactly is DSU? DSU stands for Dynamic System Updates, which allows you to load a GSI into a separate partition, creating a do-boot-like setup. This means your existing Android system remains untouched, allowing you to safely experiment with the latest Android 17 build. The DSU Loader was introduced with Android 11. If your device shipped with Android 11 or later, there's a good chance that this feature will work on your phone. However, some manufacturers may choose to disable it on certain devices. Before proceeding, make sure your device meets these requirements. Your device must have an unlocked bootloader. This is very important, otherwise you won't be able to run Android 17 using this method. Now for this demonstration, I will be using my spare Nothing Phone 3a, which already has its unlocked bootloader. You can search online for instructions specific to your device about unlocking. Next, your device must have originally shipped with Android 11 or later, and make sure you have at least 10 GB of free space available. And lastly, your device must support dynamic partitions. To check whether your device supports dynamic partitions, download and install the DevInfo application using the link in the description. Then go ahead and open the app and go to System section and look for the Dynamic Updates option. Now let's start installing Android 17. Now first, make sure your device is connected to a fast and stable Wi-Fi network. Next, download and install the DSU site loader and Shijuku apps using the links in the description down below. Then navigate to this URL and download the Android 17 GSI zip file. By the time of making this video, Android 17 is still in beta. You can choose either AOSP or standard build. Once it's downloaded, go ahead and open Settings, navigate to About Device, and tap the build number 7 times to enable Developer Options, then open Developer Options. Next, enable both USB debugging and wireless debugging. Then go ahead and open the Shijuku application and tap on Start Pairing. Then choose Developer Options, Wireless Debugging, and choose Pair Device with Pairing Code. A notification pop-up will appear asking for the pairing code. Then go ahead and enter the code shown on your device. Then tap Start. Once completed, Shijuku will be running successfully. Now go ahead and open the DSU site loader application and grant access through Shijuku. Next, configure the storage location. Simply create a folder inside your internal storage and use it as the application storage directory. And as you can see, the DSU loader displays a reminder must have an unlocked bootloader. Since our device meets these requirements, we are good to go. Then proceed to continue. Then go ahead and import the Android 17 GSI zip file that we downloaded earlier. Then enable the user data size option and enter a value in gigabytes. And make sure the value doesn't exceed 40 GB. And lastly, tap the Install button to begin the installation process. And that's it, Android 17 has now been loaded into a separate dynamic partition. A persistent notification will appear with two options, discard and restart. Don't tap on discard as it will remove the Android 17 from your device. Instead, tap on restart to boot into Android 17 from the dynamic partition. And don't worry, this keeps your current Android system completely unaffected. And as you can see, the device boots up. Now let's go ahead and navigate into settings to confirm the Android version. Now keep in mind that this is a GSI build, so it may not be fully optimized for your specific device. And as you can see, this is the brand new redesigned user interface and it looks fantastic. Now certain features such as phone calls and messaging may not work properly, which makes it unsuitable for daily usage. However, features like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, system gestures, audio and video playback should work without major issues. To switch back to your stock Android system, now simply use the persistent notification and tap restart. This makes switching between Android 17 and your default operating system seamless and hassle-free. Now one thing to remember, the GSIs are not intended to be used as a daily driver. It's mainly an experimental feature that allows you to test the latest Android versions on almost any Treble-compatible Android devices. I strongly recommend trying on a spare device instead of primary device. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more content. Thank you so much for watching. This has been KSK Royal. I will see you in the next one.